this is Elaine with Elaine's Creations, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this fun flip card with the Friends Are Like Seashells bundle. So here is the Friends Are Like Seashells bundle. It's part of a suite, and the suite also includes this gorgeous Sand and Sea Designer Series paper that I'm also using on the card. The paper has these lovely designs that look like sand and sea, ombre paper, starfish, sand dollar, waves, super pretty. It also includes an embossing folder that coordinates perfectly with the die that you can line up, and these pretty opal rounds, these clear sparkly opal rounds, so pretty. So I just used the sand dollar for my element that coordinates with the sand dollar paper here, and this card is a flip card, so when you pull the little tag it flips open. Isn't that cute? And I'm going to show you how to create that flip right there. So it's going to be a punch that's going to help us create this. So we are going to start with a regular card base, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. This is what I call a hot dog fold. Then we have a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 Whisper White cardstock that we're just going to adhere down flat to the card. Normally I don't do it this way, but for this card, this is how I'm going to do it. I could do it the other way. I might experiment and do it the other way. I think I might do that because my punch can go through 2 pieces of cardstock, and I think I would like it better that way. So I'm going to actually attach my designer series paper down to my layer so that I give it some more strength. And I like these 2 pieces being flat together and then popping them up. So I'm going to try that. The designer series paper measures 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then I have a strip of 2. This is 2 by 6 1/4, and I've scored it at 2 and 2 1/4. So we're going to use the bone folder for both of those score lines. I'm gonna have that ready. So that's a part of our mechanics. Then we have a piece of Flirty Flamingo. We have used the stitched shape dies. This is the largest one, and then 2 medium ones, and then the smallest one. So on the smallest one, we're gonna stamp Love You to the Beach and Back in Flirty Flamingo. And I just need to clean that off from a previous card. Make sure that's clean. And then just stamp that right in the middle. I've already stamped my sand dollar, and I'm gonna color in my sand dollar with the flirt. Oh, that's not in the middle. Oh well. With my Flirty Flamingo blends. So I'm just gonna use a scrap piece of paper here, just the corner of it, and just gonna go around the edges here and color in my sand dollar. Just kind of fun to color it in, give it some color. I'm gonna see if the tip edge is darker. It is. I'm not sure why mine is black. Why is it black? Whoops. But this is dark. Sometimes your fine tip is darker than your brush tip. I'm not sure why, but check it out. I like there to be quite a contrast when I do blending. It's just nice to have a contrast. So I always check and see which tip is darker and which tip is lighter. So there's my brush tip. There's my fine tip. So my brush tip is lighter, so I'm going to use my brush tip. Just going to come in here and blend all that dark in. All right, so blended my sand dollar. So now we're gonna do the mechanics of this. And it's gonna start with the classic label punch. So the classic label punch is retiring, so you definitely want to get it because there's so many different techniques and cards you can do with it. Slider cards, flip cards, spinner cards, all kinds of cards. So you're just going to go ahead and insert this all the way into the card as far as it will go, and a little bit towards the top with more space at the bottom. You're going to punch that out. And if you want to save that, you can for a sentiment or something. And then you're going to use that for your piece right here. So this is going to get inserted right there, like that. Then you're going to attach this together with this, and this together with this, flat. So put that aside and we'll attach these together. So we'll put that down flat, and then we'll put this down flat. It's gonna highlight our sand dollar. My coloring is not looking as good as that coloring. I'm not sure why. Maybe I should try again. I think I'm gonna try again. So we'll do the coloring later. So now we're going to attach this piece right here to the card where we want it to go. So I'm just gonna put a piece of adhesive along the edge right here, and then I'm gonna center this on the card. So I'm gonna just turn it over so I can do this better since I'm right-handed. And might be best to use Stampin' Seal Plus because it's gonna get movement, but I'm going to chance it with the Stampin' Seal. And actually I need to do one more step before I do this, which I almost forgot, is I need to punch with my tag topper punch the edge here so that I can put my ribbon through. So let me get the tag topper punch. This is the fancy tag topper punch. You could choose from any of the tag topper punches, but I'm gonna do the fancy tag topper punch. You're just gonna insert it all the way in there and punch. And then my paper is a little bit wide, so I'm just gonna trim that away so it doesn't look wide. And then I'll insert this again and just kind of insert this whole thing. And so I'm just gonna center this, and then I'm gonna make sure that this piece folded on the first fold is gonna be, well, I should probably put this on to judge that this is centered first. So I'm gonna adhere this piece to this first, is that right? Yes, to this first, line it up with this first score line here. And this is the piece that I'm going to center. So fold that down, and then I'm going to center that on the card. So I'm gonna adhere that down right there. Hoping that I did not adhere it down to that piece, okay. Or maybe this is the one that needs to be centered. Yeah, that's the one that needs to be centered. Now it's not centered, that's okay. I can still work with it. Okay, so now we need to put a little bit of adhesive on here. And I'm gonna use red liner tape. You can use glue, you can use tear and tape. I like to use this because I think it's the strongest adhesive to use, and it's thin, since this is such a thin, narrow, only 1/4 inch. So this is my 1/8 inch red liner tape. And I'll just move that away, and then I will adhere this down just to that edge right there. And then my shell will go on top of there. And then this is just barely peeking out, yikes. But I will attach a ribbon to it, and then it will flip like that. Isn't that cool? And then we will put dimensionals on this side. So you want to pop this up so that this kind of has room to move. I think we can put a dimensional there. And then we can put some ribbon on there so it's easier to pull and slide. So we can just put that right down on there. And then we're gonna use some of this white cotton ribbon that comes in a ribbon pack. And we're gonna slide this in. Maybe you could do this before you attach it so that it's not so hard, but it's fine. And then just measure how much you need. Trim that off. And then go ahead and tie a knot. This is thicker, so you need a little bit longer piece of ribbon to be able to tie the knot. Just try to make the knot look nice. Nice little knot there. And then we'll just trim the edge, make it look like a nice cut edge there. And then we'll color that better, do a better job of coloring. And then we'll have our flip card. Isn't that cool? So it'll flip. It will flip. This one's a little bit stiffer. Why is it stiffer? I don't know. That's interesting. There we go. So fun. Maybe because it's tucked in too much. So I'm offering a free card kit on the Seashells bundle, and it consists of supplies for 6 cards, these 3 designs. Just go to my website, elainescreations.net, click on Shop Now, and use the April Hostess code to purchase the bundle. And email me at elaine@elainescreations.net and let me know that you would like the Sand and Sea card kit, and I will send it right out to you. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my other Sand and Sea video tutorials. I'll see you next time. Bye.